It sat in the middle of the alley, an old wooden door, freestanding, with no hinges, no walls, and most curiously, no lock. Weathered, chipped, and oddly beautiful, it faced the busy street like a relic from another time. People passed by it every day, barely giving it a second glance. Some called it art, others called it trash. But the man who sat beside it each morning called it truth. He wore an overcoat too big for his frame and boots that had long outlived their soles. His beard was patchy, eyes tired but sharp. He never asked for help, never spoke unless spoken to. He just sat beside that door, as though guarding something far more valuable than anyone could see. To most, he was just another lost soul on the edge of the city's rhythm. A group of office workers noticed him every morning during their coffee runs. One day, they stopped to take a closer look at the door. "You'd think he'd at least chain it," one scoffed. "What's he even guarding?" Another joked. "Maybe it leads to Narnia for the broke." They laughed, snapped photos for social media, and walked off. But the next morning something had changed. Taped to the door was a single note. "A lock keeps people out. Trust lets them in." Nobody admitted to putting it there. And the man? Still silent. Still watching. Curiosity spread. Locals started stopping by, intrigued by the door with no purpose, or so they thought. Some whispered rumors. That if you stepped through it, something shifted. That your life felt lighter. Clearer. But most who tried walked away disappointed, calling it a gimmick. Except for one man. A startup founder whose company had just collapsed. He stood before the door for a long while before stepping through. Then he sat beside the quiet man and whispered, "It's not just a door, is it?" The old man smiled for the first time. From that moment, more people came, not to mock, but to ask. And those who listened found the man had answers that felt impossibly personal. To a heartbroken artist, "You try to control your pain with silence. Let it speak instead. That's how you heal." To a stressed out teacher, "You fear being vulnerable, but that's the only way to be remembered." To a mother grieving her lost child, "Control is a fortress. Trust is a bridge. You'll find him again on the other side." Word spread fast. The door whisperer, people called him. Local news picked up the story. One influencer tried to go viral by mocking the door on live stream until the man handed her a mirror and simply said, "That's the door you really fear." She turned off the camera. Then came the real twist. A well-dressed stranger arrived, middle-aged, powerful posture. He looked at the man, his face pale, and muttered, "I thought you died." The crowd hushed. Turns out, the quiet man had once been a legendary architect. Not of buildings, but of ideologies. He had led global projects focused on trust-based community planning, abandoned it all after being betrayed by his closest partners, and disappeared from the public eye. But he hadn't disappeared completely. He built one last structure, a door without walls, a metaphor, a challenge. He wanted to test the world's readiness to rebuild on trust rather than control. Everything about the door, the location, the lack of lock, the timing had been part of a long-observed social experiment. Hidden cameras ethically placed, reactions logged, conversations recorded with consent. The data? Monumental. The man turned to the crowd and said, "The world teaches us to build walls. But every time someone steps through this door, they tear one down inside themselves." He walked away, leaving behind only the door and a final note nailed to its top. When you lock everything, you imprison yourself first. Trust isn't naive, it's revolutionary. The door still stands today. It's not chained. It's not guarded. And yet, no one has ever tried to steal it. Because everyone who visits now understands it was never about the door. It was about choosing to walk through it. And sometimes, the most powerful change begins not with control, but with letting go. Keywords: emotional story, motivational video, door without a lock, trust versus control, secret billionaire story, powerful transformation tale, hidden past, real-life inspiration, must-watch YouTube story, human connection, deep life lesson, homeless man twist, story that changed my life, self-worth message, quiet strength, social experiment story. Let me know if you'd like a cinematic voiceover script or thumbnail prompt for this story.